Hi guys, Steph here, and today we ask the question again, what's in the box? Now, the What's in the Box series, I thought I'd do something different with it. I thought I'd actually find pens that I've got in boxes just sat there feeling sorry for themselves. And I thought, what I'll do, I thought they were too good to be sat in boxes. I thought I'll restore them, I'll review them, and I'll try and find new homes for these pens. Now, unfortunately, it's rather counterproductive because I've shown you a few pens recently from what's in the box. It appears nobody's interested in them. They're still sat here, and no doubt they may actually go back in the box. Wow, what's the point of that? So I'm thinking twice again now about this series of videos, what's in the box, because it seems to be a little bit counterproductive. We're restoring the pens, they're in gorgeous condition, we're reviewing them, but it seems nobody's interested in them. So, well, what's the point? Maybe that's another series I should do. What's the point? Oh, it's getting harder and harder. Either way, we've got another pen from you today. We'll see how this one goes from What's in the Box. And the pen is this one here. Look at this lovely, handsome example. Now, from the last video I did for you, you can see, well, hopefully you can see, this is another Conway Stewart fountain pen. I've got a few that I've looked at and I thought, right, I'll do a little bit of a Conway Stewart theme. So here we go, here's another one. And this one is the Conway Stewart number 55. Now, if we show you the barrel imprint, which is somewhere, there it is. So you can see there it says the Conway Stewart. And then just underneath there, you can see it has number 55. So, yeah, it's still quite legible, although it's just a little bit worn here and there. But, yeah, it is, you know, it's a vintage pen from, and this one from around about the 1940s. You can see to the bottom there, it says made in England. Okay, so it's the Conway Stewart 55, made in England, and as I've just said, around the mid-1940s. It's quite a large pen, this particular one. In that capped, from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, it's 131 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice 12 millimeters in diameter. You can see, yeah, it's a lever fill pen, as you can see there, with the Conway Stewart logo to the end of the lever. And as I said, it's a used pen, but what we've done, we've cleaned it up internally. We've put a brand new sack in the pen. We've just given it a clean, given it a polish, and it's in lovely condition. And once again, looking for a new home. So let's see if we can find a new home for it. But if we go up to the cap here, you can see it's got 3 cap bands. It's got 2 slightly thinner ones to each side of this medium one to the centre. Okay, we've got the Conway Stewart diamond clip, as you can see there. Again, in lovely condition. And to the very top here, we've got this sort of studded peaked finial to the top of the cap, which incidentally on these pens, when you find them, they tend to be sort of a greeny colour because they discolour. But this one, what we did, we polished it and everything, and we've got it back to black. The end of the barrel on this pen is a flat bottom pen, as you can see there. But all in all, a very handsome example. And as I've said, it's actually quite a nice large sized fountain pen. This particular model came in in a couple of different, well, not a couple, it actually came in, I believe, green, plum, blue and black marbled colours, as well as this classic black colour. And I believe they came in 3 different, well, the same colours, I believe, but they also came as a bandless model, so they had no cap bands. Okay, so as I say, 3 different colours, the green, plum and blue and black marbling, including also this classic black colour, and I believe 3 bandless versions as well. Okay, so that was it on the colours. If we unscrew the cap for you, let's show you the pen in numerous different angles. As I said, everything has been thoroughly cleaned, new sack installed, everything now is ready to go and ready for somebody to enjoy this lovely handsome pen. Let's take you up to the section. You can see the threads there. Okay, even the threads get cleaned. The section flares out slightly towards the end of the nib. And then if we show you the nib, on these particular models, they have a large Duro nib. Now this one, for some reason, well, if we show you, it's got a Duro Conway Stewart 14 karat gold nib. And then to the very bottom, you may see, or you will see, it's got the number 58. So what I believe is that the nib's been changed sometime, and somebody, or it actually came, well, it came to me with this nib, so I like to keep the pens as original as I find them as possible, so I've kept the nib. It's a correct Duro nib. The only difference being, as I say, it's got the number 58, which again was one of the top of the range models within Conway Stewart. But yeah, a lovely large size nib, as you can see. There's a sideways view. We've got the very recognisable, quite a plain feed underneath there, as you can see, but very nice and clean. Now, even with my large hands, a nice comfortable pen to hold and to write with. Okay, now again, we've put a brand new sack in the pen. We're going to leave the pleasure of somebody filling this pen with their favourite ink. But as we said, there you go. So there's the lever. And that just locks into place, as you can see there. But we're going to leave the filling of the pen to the new owner, if we can find a new owner, because as I said, the others are still available. Nobody seems to be interested. So let's see how it writes. So we've got the Conway Stewart, and this one is the number 55, and as we've seen, made in England. It's actually writing very nicely indeed, which you'd expect from the large Duro nib. Does it have any flex? Possibly. Okay, so we ran out of ink there, so that'll do us for now. But yeah, you can see it's got a little bit of variation in the line. On the downward stroke, we can get a broader line as opposed to a fine line on the cross stroke. So a little bit of variation in the line, so it'll give you a little bit of variation in your writing. But lovely, smooth writer. Very nice indeed. Now, if this one doesn't find a new home, I'm flummoxed. I don't know what'll find homes, because it's a gorgeous, handsome pen. But don't forget, leave a comment down below, tell us what you think. Give the video a thumbs up if you will, please. Don't forget to subscribe. But for now, I'm just going to say Slavo Ukraini from me and this gorgeous, handsome pen. Bye-bye for now.